Let's have a conversation about XRP now. It is important to make a shout out to the XRP army. Wherever you are in the world, I hope you have a wonderful Wednesday. Today is well beyond midnight here. On the other hand, depending on where you are in the world, it is already quite late here in North America. On the other hand, there are no days off, and I'm going to continue to provide you with these updates that you guys adore. As we look at everything from top to bottom, we are observing a great deal of good momentum once more, and we are hoping that this trend will continue. I just wanted to let you know that Bitcoin is still not at the levels that we would like to see it at, and yet there is still a great deal of excitement pouring into the market for alternative cryptocurrencies. What you should take away from it is how significant dominance pulling down is. Simply put, it is. On the other hand, we are going to get a little more into that topic a little bit later on. On the other hand, XRP has increased by 3.4%. Throughout the course of the past 24 hours, there has been an increase of approximately 0.4% throughout the course of the last hour. It's not anything out of the ordinary, but it is. Obviously, we need to keep that in mind at all times. In the crucial range of $3, the price of XRP continues to remain stable. We are aware of the significance of that, and as a result, we have seen a 3% increase in Bitcoin from its previous valuation of $179.3 billion to its current 24-hour trading volume of $6.3 billion. As is customary, I would want to make it clear that the content on this channel does not constitute financial advice. If you are considering investing in cryptocurrency, you should always conduct your own research and due diligence. Here's a shout out to Crypto Insight UK, shall we? According to him, this is a similar story for XRP. The conclusion of each day was favorable. The relative strength index, RSI, indicated a bullish crossing, and even during this pullback, there has been no change in the structure. On the other hand, I would like to see a second day of follow-through price action and volume before I can say that I am truly more comfortable declaring that it is time to go. You should know that every analyst has their own unique perspective on the matter, yet there is a pattern that is consistent across all of them. And with regard to me directly, if you have been paying attention to it, I wholeheartedly concur with what he says here, which is that we have not witnessed any changes in the structure itself. This is something that I have been putting a lot of emphasis on my channel. It's not that complicated at all. Because of the dominance index, this is the case. It's not difficult to understand. This is something that we discuss on a daily basis. In a literal sense, it is because of that. Because if you are currently looking at Bitcoin, let's give it a live update right now instead of waiting till later. Although Bitcoin is currently trading around $111,000, this price is not even close to where we would like to see it. The price of XRP continues to hover around the $3 mark, despite the fact that this pattern has been observed. Many other currencies are experiencing feelings of love, as you can see. What you are witnessing is Solana pumping. Cardano is looking attractive. This is a connection and so on and so forth. Consequently, try to picture what will take place if Bitcoin manages to reach 115 and all-time highs. If the market for alternative cryptocurrencies is already showing such a favorable reaction right now, what do you believe will happen to the market in the future? What happens if Bitcoin manages to restore its position above all-time highs and we continue to remain in this position for the possibility of the domination pulling even lower? It is possible that this indicates that we are going to witness a significant increase in T. It should come as no surprise that time is the most significant aspect that will determine what takes place. On the other hand, that is the way that I am currently processing this and, kind of feeling about it. Nevertheless, have a look at this, shall we? Increasing its holdings of Bitcoin, Metaplanet plans to raise 130 billion yuan through a share sale. Let's talk about how the demand is greater than the supply. One of the many cases that we were fully aware of is this particular instance. Furthermore, take a look at this. All of my followers in the United Kingdom, I am aware that a significant number of my subscribers are located in the United Kingdom from time to time. Oh, I adore the United Kingdom. There is a family of mine that lives there, and of course, there are CryptoZX families that live there as well. To a significant extent, you. To all of you, I want to say hello. I would appreciate it if you could let me know in the comments where you guys are from in the United Kingdom and which soccer team you guys support. I am aware that the sport is known as football in the United Kingdom, but in North America, it is called soccer. I would appreciate it if you could let me know in the comments which side you guys favor, and of course, you should also demonstrate your presence for the United Kingdom. On the other hand, I'll stop with the rant now. Do you know that 1 out of every 4 persons in the United Kingdom is considering including cryptocurrency in their retirement savings? Which token would you like to add to the collection? As far as the topic of retirement is concerned, it is important to keep in mind the 401k plan and how President Trump might make it possible for 401k plans to genuinely consider crypto assets as a retirement investment. And now, if we see this transition taking place in the United Kingdom and several her countries, possibly even Canada, this just demonstrates that this asset class is here to stay for the foreseeable future. Furthermore, it is evident that there is a great deal of curiosity, particularly among the younger population. Even the older audience want exposure towards crypto. And now, with the regulatory clarity, with the green light that we're seeing from the regulators, there's laws that are being implemented. It just makes it easier, and investors could feel more comfortable, of course, getting into these assets. In such case, please share your ideas with me on the matter. And finally, but certainly not least, on August 26th, about 88.1 million Bitcoin and 455 million Ethereum were purchased simultaneously. And just like that, in the snap, we were seeing people selling just 2 or 3 days ago, which I believe was a clear indication of anything that might be interpreted as manipulation. Here, however, is the answer. The situation is heading in the direction of returning to, normal. Although this is something that a lot of people will choose to ignore, this channel will not do so. Nevertheless, have a look at this. A shout out goes out to our good buddy Smoke Bank of International Settlements, who has emphasized that it is necessary to have a third-party currency that has sufficient liquidity in order to make effective payments across international borders. There is a perfect alignment between this and the role that XRP plays in Ripple's model, which is that of an independent and neutral bridge asset that eliminates dependence on fragment correspondent banking. For all intents and purposes, the BIS is describing the same issue that XRP was designed to address. At this point, you are aware that an increasing number of individuals are beginning to comprehend the objective that this effort was attempting to accomplish from the very beginning. In the beginning stages of the project, it is inevitable that there would be those who are skeptical about the project itself, questioning whether or not this technology. Regarding the price of XRP, I will never be able to comprehend it because it is actually on the edge of breaking through to an all-time high. You are aware that we have been consolidated within this range for more than a month. We are currently in the 23.66 fib zone. As you probably already know, we have been consolidating within the 23.6 for more than a month, which is absolutely absurd to think about. On the other hand, most individuals are aware that XRP is not moving in any direction. This is completely and utterly ridiculous. But of course, you are aware that those who have been amassing XRP for a considerable amount of time have a different opinion. Okay, because let's be honest, you need to take a step back and look at the wider picture. Not a single thing is going to take place overnight. I am aware that we desire rapid gratification, but the truth is that this is not the case. Meme coins, in my opinion, has caused a significant disruption in the way that people think. I am speaking for myself as well, and you should know that those memes are coined. To tell you the truth, I'm going to start with you. To tell you the truth, I'm going to start with you. I'm going to keep it 100% with you since you already know that, but I believe that meme coins have literally just revolutionized the way that people look at cryptocurrency in general or even investing. This is because I've been thinking about myself ever since I started investing in meme coins. I've made my fair share of outrageous gains, if you will give me that sentence. I'm not going to lie. It goes without saying that I've also lost a significant amount of money. But what I'm trying to say here is, when you get into the meme coin market and you make your first big gain or, a few big trades, then, that can really make you look into the meme coin market rather than you focusing on projects that are actually building, that actually have strong, fundamentals. According to your understanding, here is where the diversification comes into play. I am familiar with the profit and loss statements that you see on Twitter, which are now often referred to as X. Do not forget to follow me on X if you have not already done so. Again, you know that they are not going to show you their losses, and your friend CryptoZX will tell you